Hello and welcome, everybody. You're here again, and we're here again, and that's a good place to be. My name is Rod Duff. I'm here with producer Barbie, and we are into Insights and Straight Talk. How you doing?
Hello, everyone.
So, I've been getting a lot of questions, Barbie, producer Barbie, about defining, because as we started this, it was like a big this, right? We just kind of generally said what we're interested in doing, and then we're funneling down as we're getting closer and closer to September 17th, our first live stream podcast from right here in our offices in Oswego, Illinois. You excited?
Very excited.
Yeah, still a lot to do, but some of these questions that people are asking are things that I think we can easily answer. The thrust of this channel, of this live stream podcast that producer Barbie and I are doing, is based on an upcoming book I have that is being queried for publication. That's how this began, but soon we realized the tools and the advantages of being able to broadcast out that information, because what this channel is about is it's about the middle class. What does the middle class care about, and what is the middle class concerned with? There's a couple reasons I say it that way. I believe there can be a utopia on this earth. I believe the reason there aren't utopias or a utopia within this earth is because of the way our government structure's been set up for thousands of years, always holding us back. The middle class of America has a distinct honor of being extremely, because of the freedoms given them, is in recent history is one of the fastest developing countries in the world, and I believe that's because of the documents that the founding I believe that's the
Founding forefathers.
say that 10 times fast.
Founding forefathers.
I believe that the documents that our founding forefathers created allows for a utopia on earth. I know that sounds 70s love and what were some of those? Free love and peace and all that. But what I mean by that is 3,000, several millennia ago, governments were created. They were created by kings, and they were set up to structure the movement of a civilization, or the movement of a nation. We now, for the first time, a couple hundred years ago, were given a pathway to the great middle class leading the political decisions that come out from our political leadership. That's the only way we're going to be able to get a utopia on earth. Do you have any comments on that?
Well, it's going to be a process getting to the point of utopia on earth. How do you see this playing out?
Long haul here.
It begin?
Well, it begins, I was listening to the news. I can't remember if it was CNN or Fox, but they were talking about different people. They were actually talking about Chicago, because the Democratic thing is here, and they were interviewing different people. And this one gentleman, he owns a barbershop, and he talked about how they come together and have those barbershop talks. That's kind of what we're trying to get started here. Is hey, wait, where is the text? There's a place to put text on here. We got to start getting used to all that. And so as people go and come together, we need to invest the time, and and we need about a dozen election cycles, re-election cycles. And we need to vote in or out the people that we believe are best to run our country. Not the party that is best to run the country, but the people that are asking to lead us should be based on their individual positives, negatives, all that stuff. The things they've said in the past, the commitments they have or haven't made, and that goes for both sides of the aisle, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I think in order for that to happen, we all have to be in it for the long haul.
Yeah, well, yeah. And the only way to make that happen is for viewers to be able to see that what the end result would be is worth investing the time. People of football fans, there's 90,000 people in a stadium in horrid conditions a lot of times, and they're all there because they get a benefit from being there. This has a much bigger benefit with a lot longer maturation time, but that has a much bigger reward. And the only reason people wouldn't want to do that is because they haven't seen the benefit of doing it.
Yeah, well, they haven't been given an opportunity
Yeah,
to.
nobody's really talking about this yet.
No, and what that.
Actually, a lot of
result
people
is.
are starting to just a little bit talk about this, and
Right.
and there's a number of channels we want to connect up with from all races, religions. This channel is for making health hacks, as my oldest son likes to say. But let's go down and talk about a couple of things. Our show, Insights and Real Talk, is about helping the middle class, about unburdening the middle class, about accelerating the advantages of the middle class, all for the purpose, and educating the middle class by discussion. Having a watch party, I like to call it. That gentleman I was referring to a little bit ago, he called it a barbershop tour. Yeah, pretty clever, yeah. And that's how it starts. We have to get people,
The
knowing.
only thing I see as a problem, the barbershop tour, is not very many women go to barbershops, though,
Well,
for their hair, so.
Well, this particular topic, you're right. You don't do barber shops,
I don't
that's
do
for sure.
barbershops.
Salon. Then there's a barbershop tour and a salon tour.
Okay, much better.
But
Remember, it's about equality.
it is. Everybody
Gotta
has.
share the news to everyone.
Yeah. The reason I brought up the barbershop concept is because in that they were talking about people of different ethnic backgrounds. And the different ethnic backgrounds, they're talking together and between each other. We just need to expand on that concept. And we need more people to talk to each other from the left, from the right, I'm saying that right, in the middle. We need to approach those conversations as, I'm here, will you teach me or tell me or explain, and we'll talk about how you came to the decision of this bill or this incident or that person.
Okay. So it all starts with talking, with the gathering of groups of people.
Well,
Talking?
I think it starts with
I'm just trying to
this.
understand and asking questions that our viewers would be interested to, why they would want to be motivated to be part of this movement. What is the end game? How do we start it, and what are we hoping to achieve?
So the end game, let's just go there. At the end of the day, as we follow this path, we have the ability. At the end of the day, the end game is that the middle class completely evolutionizes. It goes through an evolution, what we'll call an evolution, and in that evolution, now you have the ability. You have people who make decisions based on what's best for the people, not what the media tells them to do. It's an education. So the initial steps are educating people back and forth, about issues and about politics. And the only reason we want to talk about politics is because it's the political leaders who have the effect on the great middle class. And really, that's the only area that our politicians really try to affect, because that's 200-300 million people, And so when we get this conversation going, which then turns into education, which then turns into realization that we're being separated into boxes, into groups, into places, because it's easier for our political leadership to direct the direction, to cause the direction of the nation, to cause the taxations, the spending. What were we talking about? $5 trillion the other day?
Yeah.
Annual spending budget for, that's what they spend. I don't know what their budget is, but what we really have to work on this message, because you're asking the right exact question, and without editing, that whole thing would probably sound a little goofy, because I bounce all over the place. That's why I edit. But it's critical that we come together. What was that song? Come together right now over me. The Beatles. It's critical that we do come together, and people are finally starting to want that. I see different channels, and a lot of picture on different channels where you have a white arm and a left arm, a black arm, shaking hands. That's the end game. That's the end game, is for all societies, all backgrounds, all ethnicities, need to come together. And what happens when they do that? What happens when we all do that is we all find out that our primary interests, our primary needs from the government are all the same. I mean, in a family of four, it's going to be the same thing that the mother and father want their kids safe. The mother and father want to be able to create as much as they're able to and willing to do, without over regulation and destructive policies that go back and forth, hitting on the middle class.
It's very hard, though, to create that come together, no matter the skin color, when our media is constantly creating race wars.
Well, and that's why we need to do this, because the current what's that word?
Because we only know what our media is telling us, and when we go out in public, it's constantly in our mind what the media is trying to fill our brains with. They pit us against each other of the color of our skin.
They cause situations, and they fan the flames in order to do that, and how they can do that
so
is
the very people that are supposed to be, guiding us and giving us information, they're actually doing us a disservice.
from the beginning. They don't care anything about the middle class. Damn it, what was I saying? It was so good. What was I saying before you jumped in there?
Oh, that the race war, that the media is constantly creating race wars, so it's very hard for us to come together as
They don't
people.
create race wars.
They do create race
Use, don't be a Democrat.
I'm not a
Use,
Democrat.
when was the last time you experienced a race war in America? An actual race war where black people were killing each other and white people are back and forth. Different races were out to kill each other just for
Well,
the.
there's
When?
fear. No,
When?
I'm not saying killing each other, but
You-
I'm
well,
saying
you
that
said
they
race
could-
wars.
A race war is just meaning that we all stare at each other, unsure of the other person's position.
You know what I've noticed? I have started, not that it's any big deal, but I make a habit of when I walk by somebody, I say hi. And you know what? None of us do that. I've noticed it changes the vibe. I mean, literally people saying hi to each other. You know, hey, how you doing? And instead of just
Should we
avoiding.
start a movement of saying hi to everybody? To
We gotta
challenge. We make a challenge, and everybody, like the ice bucket challenge, we could do the.
Do you have to
huddle
hashtag?
challenge.
Do you have to hashtag those challenges? How do we put that together? Hey, that's a good idea. How do we put a hashtag challenge together? Well, that's 30 minutes. That's a good grouping. And we really want to thank you for being here today and every day on our weekly program here. For now, I'm Rod Duff,
Producer Barbie.
and we want to say have a great day and hello and hi.
Signing off.
Signing off. Good
This
day.